A waybill is a document used by a carrier giving details and instructions relating to the shipment of a consignment of goods. Typically, it will show the names of the consignor and consignee, the point of origin and the consignment, its destination, and the route. Most freight forwarders and trucking companies use an in-house waybill called a house bill. They typically contain conditions of contract of carrier terms on the back of the form. The terms cover limits to liability and other terms conditions. Most airlines use a different form called an airway bill, which lists additional items such as airport of destination, flight number, and the time. A wheel bill is a similar that of a courier receipt, which contains the details of the consignor and the consignee, and of the point of origin and destination.
What minimum should a bill of lading contain? The consignment not to be valid and useful to the distribution network must contain some minimums. Place and date of the issuance thereof. Place and date of receipt of the merchandise. Place of delivery of the goods and in case of no exact delivery date. Name and address of the merchandise shipper. Name and address of the carrier, and if it is a third party, the one that receives the goods must also indicate it. Name and address of the receipt of said merchandise in order to be able to send notifications. Explanation of the merchandise, nature, back page, and identification net host. Merchandise sent, identified the weight and quality of shipment. Packing used for shipping. If the merchandise is dangerous, it must be identified as such. Identification of the agreed price for the transport and who pays this amount, shipper or consignee.
Okay, now I'm talking about the bill of lading. It is the document that the transport contract between the shipper and the carrier company and the time it received the goods. In its format, all the conditions of the contract are stipulated, the new way in which all can be elaborated for each shipment, no matter what one or more types of merchandise were transported. The conditions of the contract are sender, consigned, origin station, destination station, number of packages, description of the goods and brands, weight in kilograms, fee to apply, freight charges, prepayment by the contract, freight pay or receivable, and signature of the station master.
Hello, my name is Dante and I'm going to talk about three basic topics of the bill of lading. The first one is the moment of expedition. This is at the moment of expedition. The second is the issuing agency. Train station from where the goods are issued under the acceptance of the receiving from. And the third concept is a purpose. It's a document that accredits the contact of the transport when the means used is the reign and title ownership of the merchandise. Thank you.
So on this part of the video, we're talking about bills of lading. We're gonna define them, mention the types of bill of lading, their importance, and the methods that we can use them. So first of all, we're gonna start defining what's a bill of lading. So according to many experts, a bill of lading it's a legal document between the shipper of goods and the carrier detailing the type, quantity, and destination of these goods. Also, this document may go all along the travel with merchandise. and it's one of the three most important documents on international commerce because it is a guarantee for the exporter that he's going to be paid and for the importer that he's going to receive the merchandise. The other two documents that I was mentioned, it's a policy of insurance and the invoice. So talking about its function, we can divide it on three functions. The first one is as a cargo receipt, the second as a title, and the third one as a proof of contract of carriage. So we're gonna mention the three of them. The first of all, it's a cargo receipt that it's the principal use of an issue that we use of the bill of lading. Here we can divide it on two types. The first type is a clean bill of lading. We say that it's a clean bill of lading when there's no difference between what you have put on paper and what you have on physically that you're sending. The second one is a closed bill of lading. We say that it's a closed bill of lading when there is a discrepancy between what you have said on paper you are sending and what you are sending. The second use of the bill of lading it's as an evidence of contract of carriage. So if you make just a voice or non-formal contract, you can use this bill of lading as proof that you are sending the merchandise to your destination. The third and last use is as a title um, when the buyer is entitled to receive goods from the carrier. This bill of lading can use as a title. We can mention two types of titles. The first one is a straight bill of lading. We say that it's straight bill of lading that it's not negotiable. Just the person that it's put on paper, it's the one that can receive the merchandise. And the second way of title, it's an order bill of loading that it can be negotiable with the third part. As a conclusion of this, we can say that the bill of lading confers to the first view that it's correct what you have said and what you're sending, and it gives it follows the rule. No one gives what he has not. So a seller cannot pass better than himself. So if goods are subjects of if they are mortgage, charged, or hypothetic, or even stolen, the bill of lading will not grant a full title to the holder. So, and the next part, my partner will show you which types of bill of lading we have.
Types of bill of lading. Bill of lading may take various ones, but we are going to mention the four most important. The first one is onboard bill of lading. This one denotes that the merchandise has been physically loaded onto a shipping vessel, such as a freighter or a cargo plane. The second one is receipt for shipment bill of lading. In this case, this one denotes that the merchandise has been received, but it's not guaranteed that has already been loaded onto a shipping vessel. This one is typically used by freight forwarders at port or depot. The third one is a straight bill of lading. This bill is used when the payment is made in advance of the shipment, and it requires a carrier to deliver the merchandise to the appropriate party. And the last one is an order of bill of lading. This last one, bill of lading, is used when the shipment of merchandise prior to the payment, and it requires a carrier to deliver the goods to the importer. At the endorsement of the exporter, the carrier transfer the title to the importer.